Taylor. This is Jerome. He's our regional vice president with the business that I'm working with now.
All right. Thank you, Mel. So Taylor, just wanted to get to know you a little bit better. Then we'll give you some info about our company and what we got going on. That sound fair?
Mhm.
All right, perfect. You can talk, by the way, Taylor. We're role playing.
Yeah,
We're live. Good. So first and foremost, Taylor, where you chiming in from? Where you located at? Where you guys located at?
in Tampa, Florida.
Tampa. All right, perfect. How's the weather down there in Tampa today?
That's real hot.
Real
Real hot.
hot.
Hmm.
Okay, good. Don't tease me too much. I'm up here in Michigan. We got the bipolar weather. It's all over. It's all over the place, right? So hot today, cold tomorrow. So tell me, what you guys currently do for work down there?
Well, do you want me to just we're
Yeah,
gym owners.
gym owners. Okay, awesome. How long have you guys been running the gym?
We've owned a gym for about 9 years.
9 years. That is awesome. What made you guys decide to go into that line of work?
I think just like life passion kind of led us there, both of us, like individually.
All right, that's cool. What would you say you enjoy most about running the gym?
I really enjoy like helping people reach their best potential of themselves. I think it's nice to see them like reach new levels of like what they didn't think was possible within themselves.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're just digging the inner self out, right? The real them. That's cool. What'd you say you guys dislike about it? What would you change if you could, if there's anything?
Well, I mean it does require us to be there literally all the time. We have tried to take like little breaks here and there, and we've gotten away for like a night for like an anniversary or something, and we get calls left and right that the gym's burning down. So it's kind of hard. It's like leaving your baby, and like it's not everyone knows how to take care of it. So
I got you. That sounds like that could be tough. Be tough. And speaking of baby, you guys have little ones?
yeah, we have two kids.
2 kids. All right. How old are your kids? Boys, girls? What you got going on?
Yeah, we have a daughter, she's 6, and a son, he is 4.
All right. I know they're probably keeping you guys busy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yep.
What do you do with your free time outside of work, outside of your kids? Got any hobbies or activities you guys like to get into, or just kind of enjoy
Well,
the summer?
I personally really like crafting. I like to paint and do art, but Dan likes to play all kinds of sports. He likes to get into hockey and basketball and pretty much any place that allows him to just kind of be on a team with a bunch of guys. And
I I love it. I love it. That's good. So work and some play. Work and some play. That's awesome. And then any objective and goals. What you guys got any major objectives and goals you're looking to accomplish? You just kind of you're looking to kind of stay where you are, you're looking to expand the gym, anything like that on your radar?
Oh, I would love to expand the gym. I would love to be able to, give more individuals the opportunity to have big jobs at the gym. But unfortunately, it's really difficult to manage the gym and then pay ourselves and pay for our staff. It gets pretty expensive, and then our equipment, inevitably breaks. Not all gym equipment is insured by the equipment companies. So it does take its toll, but yeah, ultimately that and also buying a house would be great. So
Right. Well, but hopefully, some of the things that I'm going to share with you today can help at least put you guys in a position to do some of those things. So, well, Taylor, I'm really excited to have you on. Like Melody just mentioned briefly on the phone call, she just started working with our company. She's in the process of getting some licensing and some training done. And like she said, we just wanted to share with you guys what we have going on. And if you could benefit from it, awesome. We would love to help you out and assist in any shape or form that we can. And if not, Taylor, we want you guys to know enough where you feel comfortable referring mail. She'll be licensed here soon, working in your area, and any type of help would be greatly appreciated. So, is it okay if I take some time just to present to you really quickly?
oh yeah, that's fine.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to share my screen with you. So while I'm pulling this up, I am a regional vice president and a franchise owner with a company called Primerica. Have you ever heard of Primerica before? Are you familiar with the company at all?
I feel like I've heard of it before, but I'm not sure.
All right. Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you a little bit about it, and that is not uncommon. We have offices all over the place, and sometimes in passing you might run across an office, you see it, but you just kind of keep moving. But Primerica, the company's actually been around now 47 years. We used to be a part of a larger company. Are you familiar with Citigroup, Citi Corporation?
Yeah,
Like,
I think so. That's a, does it have an umbrella?
yep, Citi debit card. Yep.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
used to be a part of that company. Back in April of 2010, we actually spun off from Citi and we became our own publicly traded company, Taylor. So we're a part of New York Stock Exchange. We have an A+ rate on the Better Business Bureau as a publicly traded company. And right now we actually have the largest financial service distribution company in North America. Okay. So most people haven't heard of us. So you've actually heard a little bit, so don't feel bad if you don't know a ton about us. We kind of fly up under the radar, but we're alive and well. We have close to 150,000 licensed reps and agents, and we help anywhere from 40 to 60,000 families every month with some form of their finances. Okay, so we have two jobs, Taylor. Our first job is we're helping people. So we meet with individuals and couples, and we help them do things like pay off debts faster. We show them how to save money for things like retirement, kids' educations, dreams and goals. We help them, save money on insurance programs. And our pretty much our overall objective and goal is to help them become financially independent in their own right. That looks different for everybody. Okay. And one of the ways that we do that is through something called a financial needs analysis. Taylor, have you ever heard of a financial needs analysis before? Does that sound familiar or ring a bell at all?
No.
Okay, when I explain it to you, Taylor, you're probably gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that I haven't really heard the actual terminology, but the definition makes sense." So all the financial needs analysis is, Taylor, is just a game plan to go from point A to point B in your finances. So we take a look at where you are and where you would like to be, and we help you establish a game plan to accomplish those goals. I like to use the kind of the example of traveling. You guys do any traveling?
Yeah.
Okay. Where you guys like traveling to? Anywhere specific? In the
Um,
United States, by the way.
well, we do like to visit family back in Michigan, but driving there with the kids is quite the headache. But we make that travel with the car anyway because we need the vehicle when we get to Michigan. So, but we make it like we do like a 2-day trip with that.
Okay. I take it you guys only come up here during the spring and summer months?
Yes. We
Okay,
don't.
I know you're not going. Let's get away from the sunshine and go to Michigan in the fall and winter, right? No, just the spring and summer months, right? So let's say, so for my example, let's say you guys were going to make a road trip and you were going to go from Florida to California. Let's say LA. You're going to make a road trip. And there's two ways that you can make that road trip, okay? The first way is you can hop on the road, you can start heading west, and you just winging it. You have nothing navigating you. Okay, so you just hop on the road, heading west, nothing navigating you. Going to LA. You and the family. That sounds like a fun time, right? The second way you can make that trip is that you can hop on the road, you can start heading west, but you have something navigating. You have a map or GPS or Waze, Google, whatever you use, something's actually directing your path. Now, Taylor, both ways, you'll reach your destination of California at some point, right? You'll reach your destination. But which one of those ways will probably be the best way to travel? Winging it or actually having something navigating you?
Oh, Google for sure.
Google, yes, yeah, absolutely. Not saying you couldn't make it to California that first way, but that's going to be a hell of a trip, right? And using navigation, right? Google in your case here, right, is going to help you get around detours, bypass traffic, these type of things. It's going to help you make that trip. Construction, right? Gonna help you make that trip a lot smoother. So the reason I like to use this example because Taylor, and it makes all the sense in the world when you making a 2 or 3 day road trip to have something navigating you, right? But when it comes to looking to reach the destination of debt free, financially independent, having the right insurance, making sure you retire the right way, most people are like that first example. We're kind of just winging it. And here's what I found out, Taylor. Most people wing it because the average financial service company charges anywhere from a couple hundred to a couple $1,000s just to do a plan. Actually, the average right now, Taylor, if you were to look this up, is about $1,200 to have a comprehensive financial needs analysis done. Our company, we actually pride ourselves, Taylor, on doing the right things for people. And we do those financial needs analysis for a price that nobody bickers about. We do them for free. And because we do them for free, like I mentioned earlier, we help anywhere from 40 to 60,000 families every month in some shape or form with their finances. Okay. So here's my question for you, Taylor. Right now, do you and Dan, do you guys have a plan that you're following? Would you say you're like most people, you're just kind of, kind of winging and doing the best you can with what you have?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely kind of winging it. Our only advisor that we have is knowing how much we're pre-approved for our house and knowing how much we need to put away for a down payment, and that's pretty much it. So
Okay, that's good. At least you got that. At least you have that in motion. Well, tell me this: if you guys could have a plan, and it was free to have a plan, would that be something that would interest you?
absolutely, yeah.
All right. Well, Taylor, I would love to do a plan for you guys, but I do have two asks if we're going to do a plan for you. So here's the got you. Okay,
Okay.
two asks. The first ask is if we can do a good job for you, maybe get you in a better position, pay off some debts quicker, save some more money, especially towards that home. I'm going to ask that you guys will be willing to refer us to 5 to 10 people that are like yourselves, right? That are that are interested in getting a better financial position. They take this type of stuff, these type of things seriously. Okay. Now, if we can do that, Taylor, we can't put you in a better position. It doesn't make sense, right? You're better off doing what you're currently doing. I'm going to ask that you just stay where you are and you don't have to pass those referrals. Is that a fair ask of you, Taylor?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, perfect. My second ask is if we can do a good job for you. Let's say I'm able to get you out of debt 10, 15 years faster. Maybe put another $250,000 away over the next 10, 20 years. So something along those lines. I'm gonna ask that you actually implement the recommendations that we make.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the deal, Taylor. A lot of times I've had times where I've done these plans for people and they'll get it done. They're excited and they'll magnetize it to their refrigerator and they'll never look at it again. They'll gather dust, right? They don't implement what we do. So I'm gonna ask Taylor that you actually implement the recommendations. Now, Taylor, if we cannot do a good job for you, if you feel like, hey, Jerome was pushy, this didn't work out, things didn't go well, we would not ask for you to move forward with any of the recommendations. Is that fair?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do this. Taylor. Let's set up a time to do a financial needs analysis. I'm going to get you some information to take a look over in between now and then. When would be a good day and time within the next week, Taylor? Maybe 3 days to a week out, where we can meet to do that financial needs analysis. You have a day and time that works best for you?
Usually Monday afternoons is pretty good for
Monday afternoon?
Dan and myself.
Okay. Monday afternoon, 12, 1, 2. What are you thinking?
Probably about 1.
1 o'clock?
Mhm.
We'll do 1 o'clock Monday afternoon.
Mhm.
And I'm going to get you over some additional information, Taylor. Actually, two things I'm going to send you. I'm going to send you a video that kind of shares our financial approaches and concepts when it comes to helping individuals and couples, so you guys can have a good understanding of what we'll be doing. I'm also going to send you a document that shares exactly what to expect when doing a financial needs analysis, what documents you guys need to have, what figures and numbers you need to bring to the table, okay? So I'll get those right over to your email as soon as we get done here. That sound fair?
Sure.
All right, perfect. So we got you down for Monday at 1 o'clock. Taylor, you sure that's a good day and time for you guys?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Look, I'm gonna carve out an hour to meet with you. I'm gonna hold off all my other agents, tell them, hey, don't schedule me. I'm meeting with a couple that day, okay?
Okay.
All right, perfect. So really quick, Taylor, before I let you go here, I want to tell you a little bit about our second job, and then I'll cover a few things, important points that we'll take a look at when we do the plan. So, Taylor, our second job is we're recruiters for the company. So we're always looking for individuals and couples to work with us at some capacity. Now, it could be working with us, as referral partners, passing referrals just to make some extra money in their downtime. Yeah, it could be working with us full time, looking to be a regional vice president, to open up an office, and everywhere in between. We're always, looking to give individuals and couples an opportunity. Myself, personally, Taylor, I've been with the company now just a little over 15 years. Started part time just to make some extra money. Never really had the intent on doing this full time. Actually, my objective and goal was to replace 20 hours that I lost at a job that I was working. I was in the process of getting engaged. I had just signed a lease on a place. And my job, they obviously did not get the memo and they cut me 20 hours. Only if they knew, Taylor, I needed 20 hours. I did not need to lose 20 hours. So I started looking for something. And my brother-in-law actually met a gentleman at a church function that was getting ready to become a regional vice president with Primerica and open up an office here locally, and he was looking for people. So they brought it to my attention. I told my brother-in-law, I said, hey, bro, I trust you. So if this is, I take it this is more legal and ethical, and we're not like selling drugs to kids. So so yeah, I would meet with the dude like yesterday. So I met with the guy at a local Starbucks here, took a look at Primerica, pretty much got started right away with the objective and goal just to replace the 20 hours that I lost at my job. In 13 months, Taylor, I completely replaced my income at the time. And so I jumped ship and went full time with the company, and we've been working with the company full time ever since. So we got some good stuff going on. We got 2 offices right now, working on opening up a third. Got about 700 clients all over the country, about 60 licensed agents. And so we're expanding, we're growing, we're looking for people, Taylor. So if you know of anybody looking to make some additional income, we'll and Mel's looking to build her team, we would love to have some referrals. Okay, if you can run across anybody. Is that a fair ask?
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right, perfect. So, few things, Taylor, and we'll let you go. Few things that we'll take a look at when we get back together. I'm going to work my way from the bottom to the top of this page, okay? So
Okay.
we'll take a look at any debt that you guys may have. Taylor, any debt that you guys like to pay off quicker right now?
Probably, yeah, the truck.
Okay. So on average, I'm helping an individual or couple pay their debts off about 5 to 10 years faster than what they're on schedule to. We use a concept called debt stacking or debt snowballing that allows us to help with that. So that's one of the things that we'll take a look at when we get back together. Tell you right now, are you guys currently saving any money for retirement, the kids' educations, any 401ks, old 401ks, anything like that going on?
To be honest with you, I have no idea how to look for that stuff. I'm pretty positive that in my younger years of being rebellious to my parents, I have signed myself a 401k of some sorts and did some type of max out thing, but I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of wanted to be out of my parents' house.
Okay,
I don't know how to find those. I don't know what
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm a professional at hunting those things down, so I could definitely help you look into those. Obviously, retirement is a goal. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, we need to set up retirements of some sorts, or at least know how to put money away for that. Because I don't with our owning the gym, I don't think we have anything set up with our paying ourselves in that
Okay.
regard.
Well, we'll take a look at that. We'll definitely be able to help there. And right now, Taylor, who currently handles you guys' life insurance for you?
I think my husband has a policy through Farm Bureau. He's got a friend that had him do a thing. I was present for it, but honestly, it all went over my head, and
Okay.
I knew it was important because we do a lot of like somewhat dangerous activities with the gym and stuff. And I know that
Yeah.
if Dan being somewhat prone to injury, I was like, well, you should probably protect yourself.
Okay, perfect. And if you guys could potentially save money or get better value or do both on your insurance programs, I take it that would be something you might have some interest in.
Oh yeah, probably yes.
All right, perfect. Well, that's these are the 3 things that we'll really take a look at amongst a few, several other things, but these are like the big 3. We'll definitely take a look at these 3 things when we get together next time. Okay. So Taylor, I appreciate your time, and I'm gonna stop here, guys, for time's sake. So a number of things that I would do here. Number one is if I had Dan and Taylor together, which you should have both partners together. If I would ask more questions about their insurance, if they had their policy physically, right? And if they could give me the exact numbers, or they had their policies physically and they can tell me everything about them just for reading from them, right? I'm gonna take a shot at that business today. Okay. Now if they don't, like in this case, right, I have my financial needs analysis set up. My documents that I'm going to send over to Taylor is going to tell her to have her policies readily available when we meet again. Right. So I'm gonna fight that battle another day. If they do not have insurance, I'm looking to close today. If they have group insurance, right, I'm looking to close today. Okay. So those are my but I'm looking at the life insurance. A few other things here. So you see, I got my financial needs analysis set up. Okay. twice in my presentation. I've asked Taylor for referrals now, so I have referrals on her radar. She's told me yes, she would give me referrals. So guess what I'm going to get from Taylor? Referrals. At some point, I'm going to get referrals from her. The life close we got set up, once again, I told you guys, if she doesn't have it, or they only have group, I'm looking to close right away. And if they do have insurance, right, like private insurance, and they know what they have, or they have their policies easily accessible, I'm gonna take a shot today. If they don't, I'm gonna live with doing that in a financial needs analysis. And then recruiting the prospect. I know we didn't cover that. That's number 4. I have a few spots where I look to recruit the prospect. Number 1 is when I do the life insurance application, usually on the back end, I'll ask a question. So I would ask Dan and Taylor, I would say, hey, I would be remiss not to ask you guys this. But on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like, hey, Jerome, we wouldn't have any interest in doing anything like this. We couldn't see ourselves helping people in this capacity or this shape. 10 being that, like, hey, we would love to do something like this. Right? We could see ourselves helping people and make some additional income in our downtime to fund some of our other goals. Where would you guys fall on a scale of 1 to 10 of doing something like this? So I would ask that on the back end of every life app that I do. That's the first place I look to recruit. Second place is within the financial needs analysis, right? When they have shortfalls or very small surpluses, right? Or they have goals that they're not going to be able to hit because of monetary reasons. So that's kind of my KT approach, kitchen table approach. I want to open it up for some real quick questions, and then we'll let you guys hop off and we'll get Taylor on. I don't know if anybody had any questions in regards to the kitchen table presentation. And I'm pretty sure you'll get to see a few more different variations of this week. But I wanted to see if you guys had any questions for me so far. If not, we'll let y'all go. Oh, I think Dana raised her hand.
I have a quick question.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
for the initial KT appointments, obviously we try to have both spouses there. But if we only have one, is it something to move forward with? And then once they see the value of it, then have both spouses for the FNA just to like get our foot in the door?
Yeah.
Because I'm
That's
just
a great
having a
point.
lot of issues with one spouse wants to do it and the other one backs out. So I'm like,
Yeah, so and you can do this up to your upline, but my thoughts are I always want to have both spouses. Now I know there's some times where you cannot have both spouses. So for whatever reason, I'm always going to ask a question. I'm always going to identify if that spouse can make decisions by themselves without the other partner. Sometimes you have spouses that they run the household, they make the financial decisions, etc. Now, if they cannot, I am not going to meet with that spouse probably. Yeah, well, so I would say, hey, perfect. Well, I appreciate you being willing to meet, but and it's just no disrespect to you. Yeah, I've been doing this for quite some time, and here's what I do know. I do know that, like, hey, if I give you this information and you have to go regurgitate it to an unsupportive spouse, a spouse that really doesn't care, it's just kind of going to be a waste of my time and your time. Right. So if anything were to change down the line where that spouse would be interested, or you're taking over the finances and you're running the show, I would love to have a conversation with you. And I'll just keep it moving. Yep. So most people are afraid to do that. But I'm okay with doing that. Right? Because I don't want to waste my time or waste their time. You give this whole presentation, right, are we presenting just to hang out, or are we presenting to help people? We're presenting to help people. Now, so number one is, if you guys that are field trained, you want to fight like heck to get both spouses on. Now, you can't do that. Number two is you need to identify if that spouse is able to make the financial decisions without the other partner. Without the other partner. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But if you got a person that's like, hey, my partner doesn't want to meet, but I can meet and I don't make the financial decisions. That's it. I mean, we want to set ourselves up for success. I don't think that's setting us up for success. I don't think that's setting us up for success. So I would just get Dana, I would just get very clear on like, hey, can you move forward without your partner? I will identify that. Yeah, if there was something that you could take advantage of, are you able to move forward without the partner or your spouse? Yep. That's a great question. Any other questions? All right, let me see here. What is your show rate on coming back for a second appointment to complete the financial needs analysis if you have not collected any data with them on the first appointment? My show rate is about 80-90%, Leah. Yeah, I rarely ever set up a financial needs analysis today and not do it. Now, when I like early on when I was doing this, I was having a ton of financial needs analysis. They would no show me, not show up, right? But what I would identify that I was doing wrong was those commitment questions and the tie down on setting the appointment. Right? When you get serious, people are serious. Right? Like so like right now, if I set 10 financial needs analysis appointments, I mean, like Marissa, oh, she's walking away. Unmute yourself real quick. How many financial needs analysis have we set up that we have not done?
Probably only 2.
Out of how
For
many?
me.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much do them all.
Yeah.
Every time we set to do a financial plan with somebody, we pretty much do them all.
Mhm.
Right. So if I set up 10, I'm doing 7, 8 of them. Yep, doing 7 to 8 of them. So I would look at your process. If you're having like a big fall off there, I will look at your process. Yeah, great question, Leah. I'm gonna push yellow and be back more out the red closer. Yeah. I found out yesterday I'm a raging red. That's what's kind of scary. I knew I was. I thought I put it on the back burner, but it popped back up. Any other questions? My commitment struggle is them giving me the referrals. Yep. So I would ask, how many times do you? So here's the play on referrals, which is a little bit tougher in the Zoom world. And I'm sorry if I'm going a little over, Taylor. Hopefully this is helpful. Here's the play. And so in the Zoom world, back when we were in person, when you have an individual say, "Yeah, I'll give you referrals." Well, shoot, I would slide my referral sheet right across the table to them, and like you just said, you would give me referrals. So there's no way in the world I should leave this house without any referrals. Kind of a little bit tougher in the Zoom world, right? Like I know Cass and I've had several conversations. So we create a document that we can give to them right away as soon as they email it to them right away as soon as they say it. Well, in my opinion, in the Zoom world, you just need to take your shots on asking. So I ask them multiple times at policy delivery. I bring it back up, doing that back in the F&A. I bring it back up. Like I'll just keep asking. Like I just told Marissa a couple weeks ago, like go back through the people that we met with and ask for referrals. So you just got to keep asking and hold people to their word. Hold people to the word, and the right people, right? People that are big on keeping their word, they'll give you the referrals. So it's just a matter of continuously asking. Where you ask, you shall receive. Right. So you just got it. But sometimes, see, the trick there is some people you ask, you shall receive. Most people just ask once. Right. You gotta ask until you do the other end. That's the receiving end. And you got to keep asking sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't happen on the first ask. Sometimes it does. Like I average 3 to 5 referrals per brand new client. Here's another catch that you got to be okay with. You say, well, John, you said we average 3 to 5 referrals per brand new client. I didn't get anything from this client. Well, sometimes those 3 to 5 referrals are made up through another client that may have gave you 10 to 15. Another catch there is that 3 to 5 referrals might not come always right away. It could be over the lifespan of that person being a client with you. Right? So you got to kind of be okay with some of these things. But what you cannot be okay with is you not asking for referrals. you have to do your part, right? After the financial consultation, is it ethical to reach out a couple days later to ask if they've thought of anyone? Nope. I think that's perfect. Nope. I think that's exactly what you should do, Shelby. Yep. 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 Professionally persistent. You have to learn how to be professionally persistent. Yeah, professionally persistent. And people respect that. Right. So like I do a life app, as soon as I do a life insurance transaction, I send out a thank you letter. Right. I do all my handwritten. Same day I drop them in the mail. Like I know some people I got my office manager or somebody else doing that. You ain't that busy. You can take a minute to write a thank you letter, fold that sucker up, throw a stamp on the envelope and drop in the mail. Don't take you that long. Right. All of 5 minutes walking from your house to your mailbox. Right. But what I'm doing is I'm starting to cultivate a relationship. Right. Then I meet with them again on the financial needs analysis. Right. Then I might come back and close some of those ancillary products, the will and trust or whatever, liability, whatever you come back and close. But I'm building that relationship. So now when I come to ask for referrals and they see how I've handled them, right, they're more comfortable with referring me off to other people. Getting referrals is a trust business also, right? So the way you handle a person's situation, right, the way you deal with them is the way that they expect you to deal with the people that they refer you to, right? So the processes that you take them through, your handling of them, if it's rough, like you gave your presentation, like I just presented to you guys in like 20 minutes and I was off, right? Well, you presented to them for an hour and a half. You told them that you only needed 30 minutes. Guess what they're thinking now? Damn, they're gonna take my friends. They're gonna be with my friend for 2 hours. You think they're more prone to refer you to their friend? Heck no. They're like, I want them to have to sit with somebody for 2 hours. Right? Then you meet with them again, you do the financial needs analysis. It takes you 2 hours. You can't beat anything they got, whatever, you know what I mean? And then you're like, hey, refer me to some people. They're like, no way, I'm not giving you to anybody, sir or ma'am. No way. But when you handle them good, you're like, it's 20 minutes. You did the presentation, you meet back, you do the financial needs analysis in 30 minutes, you make your recommendations. It's putting them in a better position. You meet with them, saving money on the insurance, get them investing. It's all within their current budget. They're more prone to say, like, yeah, you need to talk. You need to talk with Jerome. You need to talk with Taylor. You need to talk with Mel. You need to talk with Tanya. Right? So you're playing this, it's like chess, right? It's like chess. You're setting your moves up. You're setting your moves up way in advance to accomplish a goal way out. Yeah, that's how I think of it, at least. These are great questions. Any other ones before I let you guys go? Man, I always go over. They're gonna stop me from speaking. All right, perfect. No more questions. Hey, appreciate you guys. Go post in the Telegram chat what you are closing today and how many appointments you're setting today. Hopefully this was helpful. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great day.
All
Taylor,
right,
it's on you.
full-timers. I'm so glad that Jerome went over that and ended on the whole coaching bit, because that's what I have for you guys, you full-timers. Dan has been, as you know, going through the color personality thingy and going through a bit of a personal identity crisis, finding out that he is very much on the blue radar more than the red radar. Yes, he does enjoy winning and he does enjoy the recognition. I honestly genuinely think that kind of like can tie to anybody, any color, right? Every single person likes to feel validated. That has a lot to do with your competitive level. Everyone's competitive to a degree. Everybody is. Either you like to win or you hate to lose. It's kind of one of those two. And it just because it's one of those two doesn't mean that you are red. It's just one of those two identifies with you more than the other. Okay. I think that Jerome did an excellent job with running through how to set up another appointment with somebody. I wanted to touch on that real quick to all you full-timers, because a lot of the times when I'm in the peanut gallery, right? And I'm just kind of like off in my, like, just listening, but in my own thoughts, a lot of the times I'm thinking of the person that would be on the other end of this, like the client who's thinking about like how you guys are talking, or all that stuff. And so I'm thinking, as this appointment that's being ran is going an hour and a half, I'm thinking as the client, like, like, dang, it's a Saturday, it's almost 2 o'clock. Like, I was gonna plan a late lunch and I haven't eaten yet. Like, there's thoughts that like hit my brain that maybe the person's thinking about, maybe they're not. I don't know, but it's just kind of like what is happening in my own reality at the moment. And I'm thinking like, well, what if this client is also going through that? Like, what if they're hungry, right? Like, or what if, their mind is elsewhere. This initial first appointment with a lot of these people, especially field training, if you can keep it to the 20 minutes, exactly like Jerome had, and just set them up for the second interview with the precedence that they're going to be going over their own financial things, I think is extremely important. Just trust in the process of a second appointment, you guys. That it really does go a long way with respecting the individual's like time. Yes, their friend asked them for a little bit of help for training. And even if that appointment is only 20 minutes to set up the second one, that is training. That's training your person to trust in that process of, we got to set up the precedence of this person understanding that we're going to go over some paperwork. We're going to deep dive into their goals. Like it's the second appointment is going to be where we dive more into, yes, you're the person's training about the products, but also the person that you have on the phone, you're respecting their time as somebody who didn't really know exactly how long this training was going to go the first time, right? And just a reminder, you have the ADHD coach who cannot read and talk at the same time, so no making fun of me in the chat because I won't be reading it, okay? And don't even go to the chat right now to like talk about that, okay? No, I can see the things moving as you guys are typing stuff, okay? But I can't read the words. I can't do that, okay? So anyways, I just wanted to real quick just touch on that because I think the time frame that Jerome had and like how quick it was perfect. It just I got the gist of it. I know what I'm going to be doing on Monday at 1 o'clock with Dan, and I know exactly what we need to bring to the table. I was present during Dan's first initial appointment for life insurance. I was sitting there and it all went over my head. A lot of it made sense because he was bringing up like you guys do some dangerous stuff. You're like, what if Dan gets hurt and can't go back to work? Like things like that. And it made sense. I mean, he does lift extremely heavy, and I have seen a lot of heavy lifts go wrong on the CrossFit Games or YouTube or whatever. Like it happens. And it's not that it's someone who doesn't know what they're doing. It's someone who definitely knows what they're doing. It's just your body mechanics, if they're not perfect on a heavy lift and something small goes wrong, that could be the end of your arm or the end of your leg. Or some people have dropped a bar on their back and have gone paralyzed. Like it's very possible. And so because of the activities that we do and the way that he was talking to us, he knew who we had. Stop texting, stop messaging in the thing. I'm not the coach that says put in the chat. No putting in the chat. You will raise your hand if you have something to say, Mel. But yeah, like, if anything goes wrong and he did get hurt, I was going to have to be the coach that like covers things or like, like I wanted to make sure that we were protected as a family. Like that did make sense to me, but everything else outside of that didn't make sense. It's just over my head. So the mere fact that like this small 20-minute thing has me understanding that the next time we get on is going to have the thing that Dan signed with, and the fact that we don't really have a retirement and we pay ourselves through our gym. Like I wanted to respond to Jerome in the sense of us before we found Primerica, obviously. So if you need to go back and watch the recording of that again, just to kind of get the idea of how quick and easy to just reschedule the actual financial needs analysis is, please do memorize that one that Jerome literally did. I know you, Jerome, you kind of said like, oh, I was quick on that one. Like, no, it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Straight to the point. Like you really don't need to get the close right then and there. Yes, Jerome, if they don't have insurance, like you do want to give them at least a little bit of understanding as to the importance of life insurance. There have been flukes, like blue moon things that happen where, you know, you are on a appointment with a couple, you give them the knowledge of life insurance, they say, let us think about it. And then one spouse is there calling the next week saying, hey, can we sign the life insurance thing? And Dan's like, well, what happened? Well, my husband passed away. Like it's sometimes, and you don't want to sell the nightmare there, but sometimes that can happen. That is, it's not likely, but that's why life insurance is there. It is for the accidents. It's for the unprepared things. Like, so yes, get it. If they don't have insurance at all, get them an understanding of what life insurance is for. And then, you know, I ask for at least like putting in their application so they're covered while they're thinking, right? We've gone over that before. The escrow gives them coverage until we get their proper amount, right? So put the application in, like teach them that and get that done. Now going into like what I wanted to talk to you guys about, I opened up our Primerica Bibble and I just flipped to this page. And a lot of the times when I am going to be coaching on anything, I usually like to just trust in just going like this. And whatever page comes to me is the one that comes to me. And the one that this opened up to was building personal relationships. And I thought it was really funny that this is the one I opened up to because Dan, like I said, Dan's been going through his little identity crisis. And he has been realizing that he enjoys building relationships with people. And the first thing I noticed on this page, like usually you read like the very first paragraph, right? When you open up, you read the first, I read the building personal relationships. And as I look at the words, my eyes skimmed more towards the bottom, and near the bottom, it says, nobody wants a boss. Everybody wants a coach. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm pretty positive that Art Williams wrote a book, and guess what it's called? Coach. It is not called boss. It is called coach. And I was like, I wonder if anything from this page right here, building personal relationships and nobody wants a boss, everybody wants a coach, has something to do with this. So I just, again, trusted my gut and went like this. Whoop, and it says, no name, just a cause. And on this page is a secret formula. And this secret formula basically gives you the step 1 through step 6 of how to be a coach to an individual of any color. So I'm going to give that to you, okay? All right. The step number 1 of this secret formula is have a specific goal. So this can be for your client. This can be for your prospect, right? Your client side of things is like really truly diving into those personal questions of what it is that they want. What goals do they want? Like Jerome had asked me, what do I want? You know, I want to buy a house. We're saving as much money as we possibly can. I was being honest about that part. We know what we're pre-approved for, but we don't have a down payment available to pay for said pre-approved house. And if we don't have that down payment and we have the minimal down payment, our interest rate is going to be through the roof. And I am not trying to do that. We understand that is a process that needs to happen. We need to save. So we want to save the money to get the larger down payment. That's our goal. And so Jerome is able to talk to us in a way where that is our very specific goal that we're reaching as the client. Yes, there's like, he's not a real estate agent. He's not you might have your mortgage license. And if you do have your mortgage license, you can help your clients in that way. But more specifically, you have a specific goal that your client wants. And when it comes to your prospects, their specific goal, why are they here? What is this opportunity? What part of the opportunity is really giving them that like that glow, that light at the end of the tunnel? What is it that they see out of this opportunity that gives them that fire to like reach for the light at the end of the tunnel? Is it that they want the free time? Is it that they want the six-figure income? It is okay if the person just wants a six-figure income. Talk about the six-figure income with them. Yes, right? Yes, that's what they want. Talk about it. Okay. Even if it scares you a little bit because you haven't seen it yet, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It is very possible here. You talk about it with them because that is their specific goal. Okay. Step number 2, set a specific time to achieve that goal. Okay. Not just like one part of the goal. Okay. And yes, us saving for a larger number of our capped number house is probably going to take some time. So we need to be a little more realistic about it. But with the financial needs analysis and being able to plug certain numbers in of what we're making per month or what we would need to make per month to make that number grow faster, that gives us, we have tools at our fingertips for this exact thing right here. And same thing with our prospects. If they want to make a certain amount of money, you know how much percentage they make with their contract level. You know how many things they need to write in order to make a certain number of money, right? You know exactly what they need to do. And you know how much they need to be making in order to win a trip. If that's their goal, they want to go to Universal. That's their biggest thing. You have the tools at your fingertips to solve all of this stuff for your people, but you need to have the person's specific goal in mind every time that you go to talk to them. You have to, because that is part of their color personality and how to talk to them. They have a goal in their mind that they're already like wanting to hear from you. And if they're not hearing you, their eyes start to glaze over. That's when you start to lose them, because you're now talking about, a six-figure income when all they really want to see is the scoreboard and where they are for Universal. Or you're talking about Universal and the scoreboard when all they really want is their six-figure income. You have to, if it means that you have a list of your people that you talk to on a daily basis with their number one goal next to their name so that you know exactly how to talk to them, then do that. And if you don't have that already done, maybe call through your people and say, hey, I never really had this conversation with you, but I'd really like to. I want to know what your specific goals are. Like, what is it that you want from this opportunity? I'm here to help you. And I want to make sure that I speak to you about your specific goal. That's going to go a long way, you guys, for real. All right. So I got step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, write down your goal. So this is you talking to your prospect or you talking to your client. You need to, now that we've had this conversation and you've seen your financial needs analysis, I need you to write this goal down and put it somewhere where you're looking at it at all times. The fridge, the mirror in your bathroom, like wherever it is, or in your car, like wherever it is that you are mostly, you need to be looking at that goal often. Put it on the backdrop of your phone screen, whatever you need to do. Okay. Write your goal down. Step number 4, develop a plan to achieve the goal. Okay. So that sounds like step number 2, but it's not. Step number 2 was set a specific time to achieve the goal. Step number 4 is develop a plan to achieve the goal. So again, going back to our goal on saving money for our house, so I've met with Jerome and he's gotten our financial needs analysis down. Now that's part of developing the plan to save that much money to have for our down payment of our house. Okay. And we have to, like Jerome said on our little interview that we had this morning, if he can put me in a better spot, I need to implement what we've talked about. And when he said that to me, I hope that he understands that my professional life dealing with people with the gym and stuff and wanting them to reach their best potential meant that they needed to implement the stuff I was teaching them about their nutrition, about their exercise regimen. Okay. They couldn't just cherry pick their workouts and come when they felt like it because there was no running that day. Okay. They needed to come every day, which is why a lot of the times, especially with our gym, we didn't even put the workout up on the, like, for anyone to see publicly. They had to come into the gym in order to see what the workout was. Because when it's out and people can see what the workout is, they cherry pick. They're like, I don't want to do burpees. I'm not going to go in today. But that's the movement that you need to do. You need to be able to lie down on the ground and stand yourself back up. It's a simple movement. And yes, they're called burpees, and you can make them as hard or as easy as you want to. That's kind of the beauty of what I think about CrossFit, is that it's your workout. You make it what you want. If you want to go slow, you go slow. If you want to go fast. But it is about coming in and implementing the plan. If I catch you at McDonald's and I told you need to cut McDonald's, that's not implementing the plan. If Jerome sees me spending money at Starbucks when I have coffee sitting on my counter, he's going to tell me, dude, you're not implementing the plan. What's going on? Like you got to make sure that you are developing the plan to achieve your goal. And then step number 5, decide the price you are willing to pay to achieve your goal. This is a come to Jesus conversation with your clients or your prospects. Okay. This is a come to Jesus moment I've had to have with a lot of people from the gym too. Like people telling me like they are constantly eating out. They feel like they can't, stop eating bad. They have like a sugar addiction, things like that. I have to talk to them and say, like, what are you willing to do to get off your medications that you are on because of your said bad diet? Like, I need to know, what are you willing to do? Because unless the individual is willing to admit to themselves what they're willing to do for a goal, you're not going to get to the goal. You're not going to get there. You need to admit what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. If I am willing to cut out my extra spending on coffee and I can just make my own coffee here, I need to admit that out loud. I need to say it. I am willing to cut my extra spending on coffee. I'll make it at home. It kind of sucks because I don't make the best coffee, but I'll do that because I know what my goals are. Jerome has been teaching me exactly what I need to be doing. And he's shown me that if I cut my extra spending on coffee out for a certain amount of time, because we've developed the plan to achieve the goal, right? That gives me the time that I'm able to reach the goal. But every time I slip on that, the time goes further and further away. And I know that. I've seen it. We've developed it, right? And then the final number 6, focus on reaching that goal. Okay. So that goes back to the step number 1. The focus on reaching the goal. Number 6, number 1 is have a specific goal. What I talked to you guys about, number 1, when you talk to your prospect and they have told you that they, out of this opportunity, what drives them most is having that 6-figure income, then you need to be, that focus of conversation with them needs to be on the 6-figure income. You need to tell them, this is the amount of policies you need to write this month. And then this is the amount of policies you need to write next month. Once you get to this next level of income, the regional leader or wherever they are, if they're moving up, then you can teach them about how much more money they're making per policy. And that will give them the idea, the plan to see their 6-figure income actually come to life faster. Okay. So I just thought this was really cool that, the one page I flipped to in our A.L. Williams way, this one right here, was the building relationships, and that he said nobody wants a boss, that everybody wants a coach. And then I remembered that he wrote this book called Coach. And the first page I flipped to is this secret formula of how to be a coach. This is exactly how to be a coach, you guys. You talk to your people the way that they want to be talked to. That kind of goes against a lot of things because we're kind of selfish beings, right? We kind of want to talk to people the way that we already know that we want to be talked to. And it's easier that way just because we know ourselves very well. So we speak that way very easily and like kind of just by nature. But the best coach is going to get to know their people. They're going to get to know what it is that they want, and they're going to be talking to them in the way that they want to be talked to. Yeah. Awesome. I went a little bit over too. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if, I think Jerome, are you able to share the docs today? Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to turn it over to Jerome. Remember you guys, if you haven't gone over, this stuff with your people, give your people a call and have that personal conversation with them and just say, hey, I don't think I've ever had this conversation with you. And I really want to get to know, what goals you have. Like, what is it that you want out of this opportunity? I'm here to help you. Let's see your goals through together, and that'll go a long way. You guys get to know your people. Jerome, you got the floor.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Tyler. That was really good this morning. Let me share. Oh, let me kill this then. Not using that anymore. So I'm gonna share the docs. What I want to hear from you guys today is what you are closing and where you'll have your docs at tomorrow. So what you're closing, where you'll have your docs at tomorrow. I don't know if Dan is on this morning. Dan said it's 7 by 2 today. All right, perfect. Calvin at 45.
I got a 18 falling off today, and I'll maintain 35.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Today I have 6 by 3 in a policy review, and my goal is to get to 2022 today. To grow by 1, which will require me to set 11. Let's go, Miguel.
I got 1 recruit and 1 carry back today. I'm going to be at 15 by tomorrow. I'm shooting for 20. I'm going to go for 20 for tomorrow.
Oh, all right. Thank you, sir. Let's go, Leah.
I am 2 by 1 today and closing an IBA for someone I met with yesterday, and we'll be at 15 tomorrow.
Great job, Leah. Thank you. Let's go, Cass.
I have 1 recruit today, so I'm going to be setting a whole bunch. And I will shoot for 15 tomorrow.
Thank you, Mel. Karen.
I have 5 recruits, so I have to set 7 to get to 10.
Right, thank you. And then let's go, Steve. Is Steve on today? All right. Oh, I think Steve has beyond today. We're at 164 right now, guys. I'll get over to you guys on what we need to set to grow today. Listen, I'm messaging out to the leaders, but we've lost some people, but that's okay, right? That's okay. Like we want to get the right people on here. Right? We want to have people that respect what we're trying to accomplish here. So if we got to have some tough conversations and have some people step back, right? Sometimes it's better to take a step back to take the right steps forward. That's okay. So you got to have conversations with your part-timers or some of the full-timers about, hey, making sure they're setting their appointments, being present, right? Being coachable, and they don't want to do them. We got to remove them. You got to have those tough conversations, but the right people will respond correctly. The right people will respond correctly. So I'm excited for the direction that we're going in. And let's go and grow today. I'll post in the chat what we need to set to grow today. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great day. Let's go crush it. Bye-bye.